Now, let me tell y'all about this situation. It's winding down. This situation winding down. It really is. And for a person like me, who didn't have no parents to truly teach them right from wrong, matter of fact, taught me the opposite. The only parent I had was God. Period. By default. By default. I was sitting here. I'm saying this because I want to teach some people something. In order to get out of these boxes, you're gonna have to remodify your life in such a way. There was a point when Jesus was walking, and they was harassing him. I think it was when they were finna cast the stones at somebody or something like that. He said something about he he checked the people, which I would say be the same people that'll put you in a bottle or a box. These people you can't say these people bad or good, y'all. They definitely neutral, cause God know about them and Satan know about them. It's almost like, for me, it's like, I ain't gonna say that because I don't know what it's like, really. I don't, but I know God know about it. And I can't say it's all bad because of the powerful beings that come into the world and what their reactions may be and how their actions may be. When you're a powerful being, your reaction definitely can be different from a normal human being, probably catastrophic. So it's understandable about these bottles if they done and they used properly. But the problem is that they can be misused and they can be abused easily. Okay? So let me tell you this, what I learned in this situation. Go ahead and remodify yourself. Humble yourself to remodify yourself. But know this, if you come up like I came up, you gonna derail a lot. And it's gonna push you back a lot to keep you from ascending out of that situation. But it's a way out of that situation. But you're gonna have to perfect yourself. You're gonna have to be a perfect human being. Something that ain't even don't exist. So in the rock casting part, Jesus said he is who is without sin cast the first stone. Nobody could cast a stone. Nobody could throw a stone. And then it said, you who do unto others more than you would do yourself. In this situation, I learned that everybody gonna do you wrong, and everybody wants you to accept that they're gonna do you wrong. Okay, everybody gonna want you to accept that they're gonna do you wrong, and everybody wants you to handle that, and that's no problem. But the problem is you're gonna fail that test a couple times till you remodify yourself to accept everybody doing you wrong. But the problem is what that is this. You're going to have to respond if it continues to happen. How you respond is the key factor in the matter. You definitely don't want to respond aggressively, verbally, or physically. Unfortunately, the least you will do is aggressively, verbally self-destruct. Now, rather man forgive you or not, you must understand these are the same people that wanted to stone you, but sin themselves, and they also the same people that want you to do more than they'll ever think about doing. So you see the unfairness in the situation. You must, and they want you, and you will have to, because obviously Jesus checked them back then. They still ain't even fixed that. They still stagnated from way back when Jesus was there. So you gotta change, and by you remodifying yourself, do they say you weak? No, that's showing you the bigger person. Now the next season, which will be the next lifetime, hopefully, they gonna have to change because I'ma change. I done changed. I'm changing to this perfected being that nobody on the planet that I feel like is, and it probably is. If anybody ever made it out these bottles alive, I ain't researched nobody who have yet. So that's why when I do throw tantrums, I say, well, you might well go ahead and get the crucifixion stuff ready, bring it on, because I ain't never known nobody to make it out, and everybody we know that done experienced this, legends, white or black, dead and gone. But it is a way out of it. You gonna have to succumb to what man ain't even supposed to be able to succumb. It's gonna violate your rights in every way, but it's gonna perfect you in every way with God. It's gonna put you on Jesus' level. Now right here explains, this right here explains why, the reason why I had to stay ascending and not even think about descending. Because if somebody tells you, if you getting word of, if you got a fiance and you getting word that she's cheating, she might not be cheating, it might be a joke, but you've been getting slaughtered all the way up to this point, and you got your fiance, that's all you probably got, and you get a message from the astro saying she cheating. You getting slaughtered now at this moment. Ain't nothing good happened to you. You've been abandoned by everybody. Your life been turned completely upside down. It's been one hit after the other. And to top that, they're gonna throw a little icing on the cake, and they're gonna give you a blimp for this. You're gonna get a balloon for this. You know, a light balloon, hopefully, if you're lucky. And that balloon is your attitude, how you gonna react to such that, which is the perfect timing to throw something on somebody when they're going through the most. But is it smart? Definitely, I would say not. Is it of God? Definitely, I would say not. But is it something that would be credible to do to test somebody's nature, and when it comes down to how they react to severe trauma? Well, yeah. But the problem is that now, who is planning on afflicting that kind of trauma on you after you get out of this trauma? That's the problem. So what I would say to the world in that situation is, we'll go back to when they say, do unto others you want done to yourself. If you plan it, you basically telling this person or these people, you planning on torturing them to death, which is understandable. Now, I ain't saying it's bad, but I ain't saying it's good neither. But you basically telling this person, we're gonna shit on you royally every time we get a chance, and we need you to handle it like a man. Which I done heard that before when I got in real estate. I heard it before, and you know, it's something that you must really take into consideration. To when you hear that, if you're going into a multi-million-dollar business and you trying to start a business yourself, and when you hear it from other people that's already been in that business, it kind of make you immediately, because that kind of money involved, it make you shut down your natural instincts. So that's why I say it's definitely understandable, and that's why I'm telling the world, especially my people. But I want to tell y'all this though. You need to get ready. If you're going to do that, the natural order of energy is that whatever you do to somebody else is going to be done to you. Now, when it comes to a man and a woman, when it's a physical abuse, then, you know, a man can just take the abuse really from a woman. But when it comes to mental abuse, which is a lover cheating on a lover, then of course, if you keep cheating on that lover, you done program this lover to basically enjoy you cheating on her. How is you gonna respond when that lover start cheating on you? That's what you gotta ask yourself. But that's what the energy gonna do. How is you gonna respond? Because you might just fall in love with that lover. Even though you got cheating partners, you truly love this lover. You don't even know how you cheat. You're addicted to it, but you truly love this lover. You didn't know you loved this lover until you actually slept with this lover, which is a default in your own flaw. But unfortunately for you, you really love this lover. So it's not just a trophy lover. You love this lover, but you're addicted to other lovers. I'm not saying this is what's happening. I'm just saying you must look at it like this, because if they programming you, this could be anything, but you as a lover, um, it's easier for me to explain it in a broad way. Um, but I'm saying, you hear this stuff, you gonna, the least, where I come from the street, from the slum, it's like almost like a cop going into bad areas to lock up bad people all the time. That's their resident. That's where they go do they routes at, in the bad area. Well, one thing that I knew that you could take into consideration and you might as well accept, period, is the fact that somebody gonna express themselves to you verbally, and that's a good thing. That's discipline. Where I come from, that's discipline. Because if you're showing this person, especially if it's a child of God, if you're showing this person, certain things, you telling this person, we want you to accept that, which is not a problem, because we are in a perverse world. And my brother Jesus, God, we understand. Just put it that way. We understand. But the problem is that in these bottles, I had to remodify myself to understand, because it's truthfully not Jesus' way. That's all I'm trying to say. This is not God's way. Let's all understand that. So when you go to the Libra scale, you're gonna have to be judged just like you judge that person, and it's gonna be equal balance. So even if that person remodify themselves to deal with the discipline that you're forcing them to deal with, you must understand, when you hit that Libra scale, it's gonna be balanced all the way around. Peace and love out there, y'all.